Welcome to the shop, where I just picked up Highlifter's new max clearance A-arms for the 2017 full-size 570. It's got the strut suspension. This comes with A-arms. It comes with new hive joints to replace your outer tie rod ends. It comes with all the bolts, nuts, everything needed for install, along with installation instructions. Now, as you can see on my Ranger, with the Quad Boss QBT 846 tires, they're 27 inch, and the Ricochet skid plates, there's not much clearance here. I've got 2.5 inches from the skid plate to the tire. Back here I've not got that much room, but right here in the front I've got 2.5 inches from the skid plate to the tire. So after we get the new arms on, I'll remeasure it and we'll see what it looks like. Next, with the wheel off and the Ranger jacked up, I want to go ahead and remove the carter key that holds the castle nut onto the lower ball joint. Next, I want to remove the castle nut. Then you should be able to tap the lower A-arm and separate it from the hub. With both of those bolts removed, the A-arm should slide right off. With the A-arm off, you're going to want to decide which A-arm is which. You're going to have a right and a left side, and they're going to be opposite each other. But you can hold them up against each other, and you can tell that's not going to work. And then this one, you can hold it up against it, and you can tell that that's the correct one for the passenger side, and that's what I'm working on. So next, we're going to go ahead and remove these bushings from the factory arms and install them in the Highlifter arms. Next, we can reinstall these bushings into the new Highlifter arms. You may have to use a little rubber mallet to tap them in. That's not a big deal. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Next, we want to take two of the supplied Allen mics that comes with the kit, install them into the arm. These Allen mics, you want to be sure and do not over tighten them, just run them up snug. But now the arm is ready to be installed on the Ranger. First thing I want to do, slide the arm into place, take one of the bolts, run it through in the same fashion that it was removed. Then I'm going to start the lock nut on it. Then I want to run this bolt just like it was removed. And install the lock nut on it. With those installed, I want to go ahead and pull the wheel hub center forward, and I want to slide the arm up onto the lower ball joint. Then I'm going to start the ball joint castle nut. Next, I'm going to go ahead and tighten up this castle nut. Then with the castle nut tight, I'm going to slide it in place and bend the tabs, just like the factory one was. Now, I can go ahead and tighten up these two inner bolts. And like the ball joint, that one broke. we take the left-handed thread heim joint. We thread it onto the passenger side. With it started and run up, we can take the sleeve, slide it through the heim. Take one of our step washers, or spacers, put one of our spacers on the bottom with a small end up. Take another one of our spacers, put it on the top with a small end down. Both small ends go toward the heims. Take the bolt, run it from the top down. Take and put a washer on the bolt. Then we can slip that through the hub. Next, we can take a washer, put on the bottom. Take a standard nut, put it on first. Now with that tight, we can take one of our posi lock nuts. We can run it up next. Now, after going over my front end alignment, going in and tightening everything up, from the same place I was measuring earlier, from the skid plate to the tire, I've got over 4.5 inches. So as you can see, I've got a lot more clearance here than I had to start with, and I could actually go with a bigger tire now, I think. As a wheel at full lock, I've still got plenty of clearance between the wheel and the skid plate itself. So I believe I'm ready to do a little riding.